And away we go with another extra time. Thanks once again for your questions, which always provoke a wide range of reactions here, from mirth to astonishment.
What's mirth? What's mirth?
You know, the three wise men. Oh no, that's myrrh.
That's what.
Oh, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
So what reaction is mirth? I'm still trying to find out what reaction is mirth.
Mirth is jolliness. It's you know, smiles and.
Okay.
Yeah. So not many questions actually provoke that. Clearly.
You learn something every day.
Yeah, you do. Oh, I had no idea what he was talking about.
Sid, maybe you do. Ashish actually provides our first subject for some mirth today. How do you? How do you? Ashish.
Oh, sorry, Ashish. Beg your pardon.
How do you enjoy your weekend? How do you enjoy your weekend? Says Ashish. Watching.
So Hashish is asking how we enjoy our weekend.
Yes. But he
don't encourage him, Sid.
I don't remember.
Don't encourage him.
But he goes on to say, watching soccer all the time? Question mark. Do you watch all games being a pundit? Sid, I know you have a good record for doing this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, to be honest, you try and watch as much as you possibly can. There's also a balance. Obviously, I speak for myself, and it kind of depends on how many games you need to get in and what time they fall. But I would rather see the game in the stadium than on the TV. So the weekends when you go to more in the ground makes it harder to watch more at home. But yeah, you try and watch as much as you possibly can. But of course, it's like, certainly in my case, you're looking at a Spanish First Division, and every week you're taking a kind of a gamble, or every week you're taking a bet on which game is going to be the one that's exciting, which game is the one that's going to produce a story. And obviously some weekends it's easy, and so funnily enough, for me, Clasico weekend is always that little bit easier than some of the other ones. Why? Well, because you know the stories coming out of Madrid or Barcelona, the Madrid-Barcelona game, regardless of what happens in the other games, even if the other games turn out to be absolutely amazing.
Just quickly say, what's your record for games attended in one weekend in Spain?
In a single weekend, probably 6.
6?
Bear in mind that the Spanish weekend runs. Friday through to Monday.
Right.
So you get more chances to fit them in.
That's still going at some. Gab, how do you manage a weekend with being at games and watching as many as you can?
Well, because my remit is basically across Europe, or certainly across the big 5 leagues, I can't get to that many games. I'll watch Arsenal or Chelsea, whichever one is at home, and otherwise I'll be stuck there in front of my televisions trying to keep an eye on everything else. And again, as Sid said, like, the schedule is more doable, you know, in Spain, where they decided, hey, let's never have games on at the same time and spread them out over the weekend. You know, you can go and watch multiple games. Here in England, it's tougher because, you know, they insist on having usually 6 of them at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but because tradition matters. But yeah, there are different challenges. But you do want to watch as much as you can. I think it is important to go to the ground at least once a week or once a weekend.
The only games I go to when my kids are playing. And even then, I don't think I've got to 6 in a weekend. That takes some doing.
Gab also points out the other thing, which is when you've got 2 games going on at the same time and you're trying to watch more than one screen at home. Right. And occasionally it's even more than 2. Occasionally it might even be 3 games going on at once. So you've got one telly there, you've got the other telly there, you've got the iPad somewhere else, and you're trying to watch all these games. And I've found, and I think Gab is much better at this than me, because we've talked about this before off air. I've found that when you try and watch 3 games at once, what happens is you end up actually not properly seeing any of them.
Yeah.
And it's horribly frustrating, because you're always watching the wrong screen when the goal goes in the other one. And so I've tried all sorts of combinations where, all right, that's the screen with the vision, and I'll watch that, but I have the volume from the other game. And then, of course, that just completely does your head in, and you don't know what's going on.
It is a far cry from the big match in the mid-1980s with one game, Stevie. I know you know what I'm talking about. Flashy Shaka says, is it better for a keeper to give a courtesy dive for a ball he knows he can't stop, or to just stand there?
No, you have to give a courtesy dive.
Why?
Yeah, I made most of my saves when I didn't think I was going to get there. I had a goalkeeper coach, Terry Geno. He was brilliant goalkeeper coach at Newcastle, and his phrase was always, get on the frame. And his being that if it's going in, at least be in the picture at the back of the paper on the weekend. And honestly, there are times where you've made saves, but you don't think you're getting there. You don't think you're getting there, and somehow, you know, it hits you. It might take a deflection off somebody's shin, and somehow you just happen to be right there. You got to dive.
A dive for the cameras. I can't believe it.
You got to be on the paper. You got to be in the back pages.
Sid, club football is back, says Mr. Goodman via Twitter. Club football is back, VAR disgrace and all. He says, I'll watch the championship, but nothing else. Clearly anti-VAR. And then he goes on to say, what are the most underrated films that you guys love? I'm not quite sure about that segue.
That question is gone. That question has gone everywhere.
I've got the class.
Football is back.
Well, I want to save your answer, Stevie.
Football is back, but I'm not watching the Premier League because of VAR.
I want to watch some underrated films. Sid, can you help this guy out?
I'm a little bit lost about the segue from VAR into underrated films, unless he thinks that maybe the exciting adventures of VAR would be that underrated film.
The amazing.
I'm quite enjoying the VAR fallout because, as we've talked about lots of times before, all of this happened in Spain last year. So, I mean, honestly, you're hearing exactly the same arguments again. People disliking exactly the same things that we disliked last year. Anyway, in terms of an underrated film, it's difficult because how do you? People have got to not like a film and you like it for it to be underrated. A film that not many people have heard of then, maybe. I really, really like Butterfly's Tongue, Lenguas de Mariposa in Spanish, which is about a very small Galician town at the outbreak of the Spanish Civil War.
Yeah, that sounds like a blockbuster there, Sid.
No,
it's really good.
It's a bit serious, that, doesn't it?
Yeah, okay.
What was you were chomping at the bit with this, Stevie.
I have got a film. Sid, you would love it. It's called Rita Sue and Bob too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Classic.
That is a classic. From what? Late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s.
Probably never even got released in the US.
Set in Yorkshire. It's about two girls. They babysit for a guy. It's the patter.
Yeah.
Is absolutely fantastic. Old school. Big time.
Gab, I know you've got something for us in the underrated films department.
Got all sorts.
I'll give you two of my favorite films who have plenty of famous people in them, but I think get better with age. Metropolitan, one of Whit Stillman's first ever films, and featuring the wonderful Rick Van Sloniker, who's one of the greatest villains ever. And the other one,
Rick Van Sloniker.
True Romance.
Who's he?
Yes.
The wonderful Rick Van Sloniker. I think you just made that up. Oh my goodness.
If you watch it, you'd see what I mean. Yeah. And the other one is True Romance. Which...
Has he got a star on Hollywood Boulevard?
No, he doesn't. That's why these are underrated films.
Underrated. Nobody's heard.
Also, Rick Van Sloniker's not a real person. He's a character in the film.
True Romance, Gab, your second? That's a really underrated film.
Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people would put other Tarantino films ahead of them, but what's remarkable in True Romance is just the freedom he afforded 4, 5, 6 tremendous actors, from Gary Oldman to Christopher Walken, to go and just kind of do whatever they wanted with their characters. And plus the scene with the with Christopher Walken and the watch is brilliant, almost as good as the Dennis Hopper one.
Yeah.
Gab, can I ask you, have you ever seen Rita Sue and Bob too?
Yes, I have.
What did you think?
Was it underrated?
Did you laugh? Did you laugh?
Look how excited Steve is. Look how this is.
Did you laugh? Come on.
You know, it's funny. Rita Sue and Bob 2 actually popped up in a film class I took at university. Ooh. And this was in the US, and a bunch of people in the class couldn't understand the accents and struggled with it.
Right.
Nice.
And asked if they could put subtitles.
Did you laugh? Was my question.
Yes, there were some scenes that brought a smile to my face. Yes.
How do we just sail smoothly by Gab taking a film class?
Did we know this already?
Gab's a nerd.
I think it may have come up before in
honestly, Gab, you're the biggest nerd I've ever met. I don't understand it. Carry on. I just wanted to get that off.
Since the man who interned at NASA is calling this guy...
I don't even want to know. Sorry, Shaka, what electives did you take in college? Well, what kind of, like, what quantum molecular microbiology or something? What did you do for fun?
I didn't just take a random film class, so just in case a question came up in extra time.
Just in case.
So hang on. So what you're saying, Shaka, then, is that you did rocket science because you thought it would come up one day on Extra Time. Implicitly, that's what you're saying. You didn't do this because you were fascinated by the eternal, the never-ending expanse of space, by planets and stars. No, you did it because you thought one day on Extra Time, someone's going to ask me about rocket science.
Somehow,
and until now, they still haven't.
VAR and rocket science are going to get muddled into one question.
Yeah.
Anyway,
from interplanetary exploration to Aaron Pitters's question, which is about foot golf. Seeing as a number of the boys used to play football and also have an affinity for golf, have you ever played foot golf? I have, by the way, but go on.
Have you?
Yeah.
Where was that?
It was at a MLS All-Star game.
Stupid.
Oh, there's also... but then there's also this!
By the way...
Wait! Hold on!
Oh, God.
I'd
forgotten about that episode of foot golf. This was in Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, that's Robbie.
This 2011, that was. That was a long time ago. The cap was putting me off.
Oh, yeah, look at that, though.
There you go. Look at that.
There's a fair bit of wind.
Oh, there's Adrian.
I was carrying a little extra timber in those days, but didn't help.
I thought it was a shirt.
Ever played, Stevie? Come on. Combination of two of your favourite
No,
things.
you'd blow your thigh out. Smashing a ball for 18 holes, your thigh would be absolutely in bits by the end.
I tell you, it's great out of the bunker, though. You don't have to worry. It's just like...
Yeah, it was fun.
Out it comes.
Yeah. Oh, it was good, actually. That.
Finally, we all know what food Stevie won't eat. But is there any food...
No, we only know what food Stevie will eat.
No, but we also know what he won't eat, according to Jonathan, anyway. Is there any food that Shaka, Sid or Gab won't eat? That you won't touch with a barge pole, Shaka?
No.
Nothing that you won't eat? There's got to be something.
No, I'll try it all.
Yeah?
Cook it well enough, I'll try it.
Penguin chocolate bars, will you...
Penguin chocolate bars are absolute winners.
Yeah?
Orange ones are the best.
Penguin chocolate bars are winners.
Penguin,
yeah. I had my producer whispering penguin in my ear, and I'm not sure that's what he meant, but we'll move.
I'm not going to eat a penguin.
We'll move on from that. Sid, food that you wouldn't go
that's the old
near.
joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
The penguin is the old joke. Why don't polar bears eat penguins? Answer, because they can't get the wrappers off.
Right.
Oh, come on, that's the oldest joke of all time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's loads of things I won't eat. I do think that kidneys and liver are particularly horrible.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Kidney
Nothing wrong with it.
Liver. Oh, awful.
Oh, I love liver.
I would eat liver.
I love liver.
I used to be force-fed liver at breakfast time.
When I was a kid.
I love liver.
Oh, it's terrible. Gab, anything on your no-eat list?
No, other than lychee, which I'm allergic to. No, I'm good. But
okay.
I'm curious. Did you say you ate liver for breakfast?
Yes, bacon
As
and
a
liver.
child?
Yes. Bacon and lots of people.
Yeah, I've had liver for breakfast.
I used to have liver when I was a kid
Lots
as well.
of people in the UK would fry up bacon and liver.
So my mom used to
For
cook
breakfast?
For breakfast,
My
yes.
mom used to cook
Absolutely.
liver breaded. So that's how I used to have it when I was growing up. And then I couldn't get anywhere in the States when I was going to college. And then got to England, I could have liver again. It was so good.
Oh.
I was so happy.
I never...
Liver.
No.
A bit chewy liver.
Really chewy. Excessively chewy. I used to just ignore it and eat the bacon.
No, we can't. I used to love liver.
Well, there we have it. Culinary expertise.
We've talked about liver. Gab's a nerd.
Yeah.
Sid watches far too many games than is humanly possible.
And did we introduce
All in one extra
Did we
time.
introduce some mirth as well?
And mirth.
And maybe some girth. That was the foot golf. We will be back tomorrow with another show.
thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.